Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new review. Behind me is the new MG ZS. This is the luxury trim and hybrid plus. We're gonna check it out in depth now. It's end of summer, still hot day, but I hope you had a good rest this summer season. We're continuing on with car reviews. So without further ado, let's just jump into the review. So we're back with a new car on test, the new MG ZS. Now we have the luxury trim in front of us with the hybrid plus. So this is the 1.5 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol with 102 horsepower. It also has a electric motor with 136 horsepower. It's not added numbers, it's limited to system 197 horsepower linked to 3-speed automatic inside. Now in Croatia you can also buy the non-hybrid with also 4-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol with 116 horsepower and 5-speed manual. But since it's not a turbo, if you fully load the car with family and you're going uphill, I think it might lack some power. For city, it should be fine. But the difference is quite small. That pure petrol starts at 21,000 euros, but the full hybrid here starts at 24,500, I think, or 23,500, but if you choose the color option, it's 24. This top spec with a luxury trim and red, beautiful red, diamond red color, that's what it's called, starts at just under 29,000 euros, so very competitive price. Now, inside you have a small battery in the Hybrid Plus. It's 1.87 kilowatts, if I'm not mistaken. It's almost 2 kilowatts, but the usable part is 98 or 0.98. You're charging the battery while recuperating or braking and with the petrol. So this system will keep the battery charged. Without technical details out of the way, let's check out the car. Now let me show you the key fob. We have a beautiful MG key fob. You have the lock, unlock, and unlock the cargo space. Now if you press this one, this keychain part comes out. There's a physical key inside there. So the driver's side, you can unlock it in case the car battery dies and you need to start the car. Okay, so let's unlock. You can see mirrors unfold, and we have turn signals are in bulbs, but we do have full LED headlights. So we have the daytime running lights and the headlights in LED. Let's come a little bit closer, but before we do that, just check out the beautiful contours on the bonnet here. Just it looks very aerodynamic, and I like this grille and air intakes on the side, so very elegant looking. Now the car locks itself if you don't come in, so I'm gonna unlock it later. Here you can see the beautiful red metallic color. Now on the sun it's a little bit warmer looking. When it's cloudy it's colder looking, but it's gorgeous nonetheless. You can see here we have LED, so daytime running lights, main light, there are no fog lights. This is the main beam also, and here's the turn signal. Now we have here unpainted black. Also we have this piece stretching around for protection if you're going on unpaved road. And here there's a little silver part, same on the side. So this one is metallic silver with clear coat. Now we have the grille with little chrome accents. We have the big air intake on the top and bottom. And here you can see the 360 camera on the top trim. Also the MG badge. Now, if I back up, huge thanks to MG Croatia or MG Motor HR for giving me the new ZS for review. Now we're supposed to get it earlier, but since these cars are selling like hotcakes, it was immediately sold after a few press people had it on test briefly, so I had to wait for another car to get registered. Also there's side tunneling here for cooling the brakes. So really elegant looking family SUV. Now check out the alloys. You get 18-inch alloys, so these are multi-spoke, diamond cut silver on black. They look very aerodynamic. And here's the tire dimension. 215, 50, R18. Now, fairly comfortable suspension, but if you go for the comfort trim, for example, or the middle trim, it's also very well equipped. You get 17-inch and you get a little bit more comfort on the road. You can see that line there. Now, if I get up, show you the profile of this beauty. So really looking nice in this red color. You can see we have the chrome under the window trim, and we have the chrome aluminum roof racks up there. Now, here are the side mirrors, and I can unlock the car by pressing here only on the driver handle. So you can press to unlock or lock. You can see the 360 camera, turn signal, and we have the blind spot warning. So well equipped. You can see the speakers. There are actually 6 speakers. Sound system is very good, I would say, or very decent. Maybe not excellent, but good. You can see here the VIN number. Now, there is the light sensor, rain sensor, and lane assist camera for the MG Pilot that works pretty solid. We also have double laminated front windshield for better acoustics, better soundproof. Now, up to 100 kilometers, this car is really not that loud. You can hear mostly the tires. I would maybe choose a different tire that's more quieter and has lower rolling resistance perhaps, but over 100 kilometers, like 130, then you hear a lot of wind noise as well. But this is just due to nature of a big SUV. Now, here are the aluminum roof racks. You have this 3 bolsters on the top. Now, the antenna is integrated inside, so I think in the lower trim you do have a physical antenna, if I remember correctly. I did film on this channel all 3 trims, you can check that out. Now, we have the spoiler, we have the tinted windows on the back. It comes standard, I believe, from the comfort trim, so the standard trim doesn't have it. You get the hubcaps, so I would go for at least the comfort trim. You can see here the rear, so we have the discs, and so again, car locked. Let me just unlock it. So when you unlock the car, you can just press here, and then here you can see you can uncap this. Then this one you can hang it here, so that's gasoline or petrol, minimum around 95, so don't pressure wash. And when you lock the car, this is locked. Now here we have the LED lights, or at least that's what it says inside, but we have bulbs for the turn signals and reverse lights, but those are easy to replace if they burn out. Now I'm going to unlock the car once again. So the lights are not coming on, but we'll show that later. So just to come down here, you can see, yes, we do have the unpopular fake exhaust. Those who started it are kind of leaving this, but it's still here in some car brands. You can see the real exhaust there on the right. Now we have the cat eyes, and we have a cool one fog light in the middle. Now, I haven't showed you, but if you were paying attention, I haven't mentioned parking sensors on the front because there are none. You do have excellent 360 cameras, but you have parking sensors on the rear. If you want them on the front, you need to go for the HS. So it's just the way they've put it. The segment cars, and here you can see the big stoplight, rear wiper, MG badge, and the ZS with the Hybrid Plus badge on this one. Now we have a backing camera and 2 warm lights for license plate illumination. If you want that matching the front, you can just retrofit that. Just don't go for the 2 brightest LEDs. Now here you can press to open. So I'm gonna back up, and we have a spacious cargo space. It opens nice and tall. I'm a 2 meter tall person. That's 6.6 for those of you who are not using the metric system. So you can pull down to close, and on the top you have this shelf. It is quite big. Of course, you can take these off if you want that. Now here we have 443 liters of cargo space. Quite spacious. If you knock down the seats, which knock down 60-40, then you get 1,400 58 if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to type down the liters in case I've mixed it up. Now, you can see here we have pockets on the sides. On the top we have grocery hooks on both sides. So let me just get off the sun, so like this. And you have the cold light on the side. The interior light is warm, so not sure what's the deal with mixing those, but that's that. So here you have your grocery hook as well, but no 12-volt outlet on the back. We do have tether points, so all four sides here and there. And plastic step, we have 3 fingers of height from here to the false floor. Now, as you can see here, we have a extra 5 fingers here. But if you lower the shelf, I'm going to show you that, then it's 4. And then there's extra depth here, another 5 fingers. So as you can see here, I will take this out. You can see there's a 12-volt battery, and you can put that like that. You get that extra depth. You can see here you have a net on the side for those pockets. You can fit a fire extinguisher as well inside. You have a patching kit. You can have this as this. That's that. So you can just organize this the way you need that. Let's close it up. So another look at the opening button. So it opens and closes quite nice, not too loud. So really beautiful SUV. So I like it. It's not too aggressive design-wise. It's looking very nice, family-oriented. Now let's get on the front. Again, car locked itself. I wish it was a keyless entry, but you can't have it all. I guess it didn't fit the budget. So good closing sound. The rear doors are slightly light compared to the front doors. Now you can push here to disable unlock from the inside if you have kids. Doors open fairly okay, fairly wide if you need to put a child seat. Now doors go all the way down. So when you rinse the car, there's going to be some water here, but not on the inside part for the most part. It's dry. After rinsing, now here Roman 5 means this is a factory tint. Design of the doors looks pretty solid, but we have some hard plastic materials all over the place, but this is padded where you lean, so that's fine. We have big handles, big pockets, speaker at the bottom, and windows are fully automatic for going down, but for up you need to hold it. So you can't have it all, I guess. Now here's the step. We have the carpets. We have fair enough depth. Here you can see the transmission tunnel, how it looks. It's not too obstructive. And now we have a leatherette, and it's perforated in the middle, and we have some gray contrast stitching. Isofix is right there. And then we have tall windows, so there's a lot of light coming inside, and we have the a light roof liner, so it just feels more spacious. Now here you can see, you can pull down here and look at this. The seatbelt is not in the way. Great design. Now you can see here the cargo space when it's knocked down. So just push this back up and let's hop in. So plenty of feet room. Look at this. Good knee room, considering I was sitting on the front as a taller person. If someone shorter is on the front, this would be more forward. Now we have the leatherette. We have nice big pockets, and there's a lumbar lever here for the driver's seat, which is, by the way, powered. Now here you can press and adjust the height for front headrest, and it's very well profiled. Now here you have the AC vents. You can have the MG Scent. We have a USB-A for fast charging, and transmission tunnel, as mentioned, isn't too much in the way. As you can see, the seats are really wide, so nicely profiled for 2 people in the back. Now here we don't have the armrest, but you can of course adjust these height-wise. You can see there's another window in the seat pillar and the view at the back. Now we have 3 handles, all sides besides the driver. Not slowly closing, but still it's better to have them than not to have them. There are little hooks on the B pillars. Seatbelts are not height adjustable. Let's hear the closing sound. Solid. And here is the height. Plenty of headroom, so I can straighten up. I'm touching the very back now and the top with my hair, but there's actually plenty of headroom. So for a tall person, it's fine. For an average height person of like maybe 75 or 180, there's plenty of headroom. So a view at the front, we have a new design. So let's get on the front. It is a little bit hot here. It's still sunny, end of August. So we're gonna check the inside, turn on the AC. Now, not to forget, you can pop this one. Behind this plastic cover, there's a physical cylinder for the unlocking of the car in case the 12-volt battery dies and you need to access the car. Excellent closing sound. You can maybe hear these doors are slightly heavier than the rear ones. That's usually the case with the cars. Now, same design, but we have here a unlock button. We have the all powered windows. Only the driver's side is fully automatic. If you check my night review separate video, this one is illuminated, suggesting this one goes up automatically when you press it once, unlike the rest of these. You can disable the rear. So on the front, you're treated with a little bit more soft touch material. It's a shame that the very top isn't also soft touch. Big pockets, speaker right there. Now here you can see the tire pressure. And as you can see here, we have this plastic protection, so that's good. If you're again going to unpaved road. We have these anchors for the driver carpet. We have the paddles there. I'm gonna pop the bonnet later. Now steering column is adjusted in all directions. We have here mirror controls electronically. You can fold them manually, and we have the LED height adjustment. Now, front driver's seat is powered, so back and forward, or excuse me, the other way I showed, up and down. So the up and down is right here, so this doesn't change this. And we have the tilt, of course, so I showed you the lumbar is right there. So this is off and this is on. Super important if you're a tall person. Now the seats are very comfortable. The perforation helps slightly in the warm season, but it's great. It would be nice if they had an option, maybe a different color. I forgot if there is one, but I think that was reserved for the HS. And I think in a lower trim you get maybe the very basic one or the entry one, half textile, if I've remembered now. Sorry, a lot of cars pass through, so it's hard to remember all the small details. View at the top, we have those warm lights on the top, only on the front, nothing on the rear, as you might have noticed. And let's hop in. Okay, let's close it up. Ooh, gotta love warm seats. Sarcasm, of course. So here's the point of view. I will do a point of view driving with no comments, so you can hear the car, and again, separated night point of view review with full impressions behind the wheel. Now I need to turn on the AC. There's a start stop button here, so I'm just gonna start the car anyway and zooming back in. Now we have a little animation here. You have screen that boots up on the side. Now let's focus on the interior, and then we're going to run through the digital cockpit and the infotainment. We have the new beautiful MG steering wheel. We have nice physical buttons. This is fairly smooth, but it has a little texture, nice grip. It's perforated on the sides, so flat top and bottom, 3-spoke. Now we have here light controls, keep them on automatic. You have the rear fog light only, wipers. Now let me just increase the fan speed slightly. So already starting to sweat. Okay, here you can see the dash has a little bit of a leather. So this is real leather with the stitching, and then on the top it didn't fit the budget, but It is soft, so it's just not covered by real leather and doesn't have real stitching. This is just a mold, but it's still soft touch, so I think some of you will appreciate that. You can close here the air vent or open it. There's another one on the side, and look at the good mirror design. So the A-pillars are not too obstructive if you have a pedestrian coming from your left side. We have a speaker there. I showed you the light sensors, so we have an interesting dash. This is soft, and then you have a little compartment there. Now, just to show you here, the glove compartment is slowly opening. It's very spacious, but it doesn't have any light, unfortunately, or AC controlling, or excuse me, AC cooling. Now we have this gorgeous screen, and we have the digital cockpit. You might notice that these on the sides are like calculators, so they're fixed. So this is the screen. It's getting cloudy, so you can see it a little bit better. Now back here, we have these shortcut buttons. When one of them is on, it's amber, otherwise it's white illumination. So if I turn on the rear defrost, it goes amber. So that's that. Underneath here, we have the USB-A. This one's for media, and it's for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Unfortunately, there is no wireless connection or wireless charging. We have the 12-volt outlet and a USB-C on the front passenger side. 3-speed automatic. This is leatherette, I believe. Now we have the park button, so it's easy back and forward for switching gears. We have the start-stop button, electronic parking brake that engages and disengages automatically, and we have driving modes. So if I press here, you have normal, sport, or eco. Now, as you can see, I have a water bottle as an example. So it's a bigger one, and we have this adjustable cup, so it can be in the middle, 2 cups, or you can have bigger one, smaller one on each side. There's a rubber mat at the bottom, so quite useful. Now here you can see the armrest is soft. You just push it up and you can see fairly spacious. There's a rubber mat on the bottom. Closed, it doesn't extend, it's fixed, but it's nice to have one. Now on the front passenger side, there is this little compartment where you can put like a smartphone. So just switching sides, you can see there's a pocket here. I will show it from a different angle, but you can see the driver's seat is manual tilt, push up to move back and forward, but it doesn't have height control, unfortunately. I think that's the next thing they need to do in the future generation. I'm gonna keep the cable on the side there. No ISOFIX on the front seat. The seats are quite comfortable. Been driving a bit, and no back pain, so no butt pain, so very comfy seats. To check up on the top, we have a nice, really wide mirror. There's a small bezel, has a manual don't blind me feature. Here we have, if this button is pressed in, then the lights will turn on when the doors are open at night. And here, when you press, you engage the lights, so that's that. You have the emergency button on the top, and beauty mirror. And now this does not fully cover, so it does not extend. Most cars don't have that, but it would be really nice if auto industry would make that a standard. Not to forget, plenty of headroom on the front. It's rarely an issue, really rarely. Okay, now since there's a lot of glare, I'm thinking to just repark and reposition. Now, if I push it to reverse, we have backing cameras, so excellent resolution. We have here side cameras. When you actually at low speed turn on the turn signal, it shows the side repeater camera or the one on the side mirror, and you have the front camera, so excellent resolution. You can play here with these, so looking good. Now if you back up, it shows distance for the parking sensors, and it shows the it shows the centimeters. So I'm going to show that in the night or night point of view review. Now to put it back in park, now if I put it to D, I'm not sure if this is going to be hearable or not. So it's off, but when I start driving, there's like a little pedestrian warning sound. Okay, I'm going to come back to this. Now let's focus on the digital cockpit. Now before I dive into this, I know there's still glare, but it's not direct sunlight. Now have in mind that when you're focused on the screen, you're not really focused on the glare. So that's that. And this screen only has the dark theme. This one has a light theme, but I've switched it to black because it just looks better with the black dash. Now, we have the MG Pilot. You engage it here for the cruise control and lane assistance. You also have the distance. You push it on the sides for the distance and up and down for the speed. Now, these two are customizable. This one is for 360 cameras shortcut, only engages at low speed, and this one is for the recuperation. So there's two levels of recuperations. You can see next to the normal on the right. I prefer it in top region. You can have low or like something in between. By default, every time car is going to reset to number 2. Now you can see the range with the fuel that I have. You can see the odometer. You can see the clock on the top. Now if you want to switch from this MG Pilot, you can see cars on the side here in lane. You press this one, and then on the top you lose the clock. Now if it's on the clock, up and down here is for volume, and sides are for the radio station switch or songs if you're on Bluetooth, for example. But if you are on this, then you can go to the side here. Then you have here the tire pressure and the 12-volt battery status. You have the energy flow, so you can see when the petrol's running or when EV's running. Now it says here EV. When it's hybrid, then it switches to HEV. So we here have kilowatts of power you're using. We have the time and date. We have the trip 1. This is the trip to here, 6.4. This is the trip in total of 1,400 kilometers. And when I received the car, I think it was something around 8 liters. I'll have to check because I've reset it, but my lowest on my night consumption test was below 4 liters. It was the lowest at 3.7, but you can easily get it on open road to 4 liters. It's VLTP average 5 liters, so it's really efficient. For city driving, you can do a lot of driving just solely on battery, and it's good for start-stop traffic. You can drive officially up to 60 kilometers per hour in an EV mode, but I've reached like 80 kilometers, so it really depends if the battery's full or not. And if you're aggressive with the acceleration, it's going to kick in the petrol, but if you're gentle, it's going to just keep driving an EV. Now, you can control the brightness here. I think it actually resets to full brightness. And here you have also over speed threshold. You can add that for winter tires. If you go down here, there's faults if there's any. And the car will, from the trip computer, eventually switch sometimes to this, especially if it recognizes that you're over speeding or something. It's going to flash here. And in order to mute that, each drive you have to go to the infotainment, and there's 2 steps. Now this is the infotainment. It's quite responsive. You have all these icons. You have the shortcuts on the side, so you can press on these. You can hear maybe the petrol now kicked in. It's not too loud. Only when you kick it down, it starts really loud screaming, but that's fine. Now the navigation has the light theme. I'm just going to run through here. You have 3D, 2D, 2D north, or where you're facing. You have here sounds, you have warnings, you have speeding cameras and so on. But there's navigation view, and there's a day color. So day color, you can actually switch to few of these. Then you have the night colors, but they didn't work for some reason. I'm not sure why. But you do have also Apple CarPlay, so that's that. For the music, you can here have Bluetooth or USB, or you can just tap here and go to the radio. Let's play some radio. You have here for the front passenger. So I can't play it for too long, you know the drill. You can just hold this in. You have here these. Now we have DAB, FM, and AM. You have the names. Here you can see all the station lists, so you can pick your favorites. I didn't find for the music settings for like bass, middle, treble. And for the climate, if you just press here, you have the shortcuts. You can have it on auto. You can change these. You have front heated seats for the front and heated steering wheel and the top trim. Now, you have here vehicle settings, so you can engage auto hold. You can see all of these. There's a hill down control or downhill assist. There's convenience here. You can play with these. You can see these. You can see the status. MG Pilot. Now here is where you have overspeed alert off. So this is muted. And if you want it, you can completely turn it off. You can see they're off. So that's that. And there's the speed limit change audible warning. So it's just like maybe 3 steps instead of 2, but they've added this because we told them that some cars have just one button to disengage that. So they've added this. At first in the MG3 it wasn't available. So here you have all of these. I'm not going to read all of those. So a lot of safety features. You can see all of these. And settings general, you have the light theme. You can have it in auto. So this is how it looks basically, but again, I personally do like the dark theme. Now there's a pull down menu here for the brightness. You can have a screen off with a clock, so if you have kids at night, so they are not glared with a light. And let me see here, settings. You can have it in auto, but I like to have it on dark theme. You have all of these, so that's that. You have the Bluetooth here, volume. So there's no middle treble. There's just MG sound. It's a little bit better. System and privacy here. So I'm not going to go through that. You do have an app for this vehicle, so you can turn on the climate or the heating remotely. I don't have the app, but that's that. And I'm not going to run through the user manuals and other stuff. So pretty simple infotainment. Again, here you have the shortcuts, auto hold and stuff like that. Here you can also slide the music. So really good speakers, but you can play here for the finer volume, because these are like slow and there's not the little knob. That would be more practical. Of course, you can use this one when you are on the clock. So that's that. Press here for home. Hazards, you can see them in the screen or the digital cockpit, excuse me, but not on the sides. By pressing here, you can bring the navigation on. So these are fixed here once again, but it'd be nice if this is more customizable, but it's good that we have this. I'm gonna detach my exterior mic and switch to Apple CarPlay. Okay, so you can hear the mic difference. This goes green. You can press here. I've turned on Waze. It has a day theme and the night theme. Not sure if there's a bug for the embedded navigation. Now you can press here. You can go for here. It's a bit lagging when I'm recording. It's usually the case with Apple CarPlay, but when I unplug when I stop recording, it just works smooth off the camera. And you can press here, or if you're on the screen, you can just press the home button to return to this. So that is that. Put it to drive. You're gonna just fully rotate, go to the original position. So let me just show you here one detail. I like to have this one for the energy flow on. So you can see here now it's charging. So usually the system will keep the battery more than half charged. So you just let the system work the details so you don't have to charge it, basically. And that is that. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Turn off the car. Now, just an FYI, if you press here, the electronic start, this is yellow, you can press it again. The car won't start if you don't hold the brake. You can see the test lights here, and the AC is on, but if you want to start it, you need to press again, and then the car is on. That's that. Car is on. I'm gonna leave it as it is just for a brief moment. I'm gonna switch the headlights on, so just to show you those real quick, because on automatic settings they go off. So that is the rear. I'm not sure if it really helps a lot since it's daylight, but maybe a little bit. Daytime running lights are flickering at the moment. You can see this lens is on. If I switch it back to auto setting, the rear will be off, but the daytime running lights are a bit brighter and they're not flickering in this case on the sun. So I guess they work on a different frequency. So I'm just gonna switch it off, and not to forget, of course, pull once, open the bonnet or the front hood. Now in this one, it's not to the left, you have to push it to the right. You have to use the little leg there. You can see that, and washer fluid is blue right there. You can see the big, again, 4-cylinder petrol, naturally aspirated, 102 horsepower. And you can see the electric motor, 136 horsepower. Combined system horsepower is once again 197 horsepower. You can also see the washer nozzles underneath the bonnet in front of the wipers. So I'm gonna let it drop, closes perfectly, and that was the full detailed tour of the new MG ZS Hybrid Plus. This is it, so thank you for watching. If you liked the video, you know what the algorithm likes. Like, share, comment below how do you like the new ZS, and hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to check the point of view driving with no comments, night point of view driving with full impressions behind the wheel, and night tour of this beautiful ZS. See you in the next one. Bye.